Hello everyone, hope you're having an excellent day today. I'm doing pretty good. Tired as usual as these Friday evenings and Saturday evenings tend to be. I just have had some busy long weeks the past few weeks, but nonetheless, we persevere. We're still here. And we've got some things we can accomplish today on Ice Planets in particular. That's why we got the Ice Planet thumbnail. We got Ice Planet base behind me. We've got some stuff on the table we'll talk about in just a second. I got some tiles from Brick Brigade. And we have plenty to work with here, so we will have a good time. Literally just need to empty that bin of tiles, put them on a bunch of different landscape chunks that we have, and that's the point of the stream. It's very simple, but we should have a great time chatting about Lego, talking about pop culture, movies, TV shows, chatting amongst ourselves. There's conventions coming up. Some I can't attend, like Virginia will be in just a few days. This upcoming weekend. It's Friday, right? Yeah, so it should be happening soon. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And lots of stuff to look forward to, lots to chat about. So before we do that, let's read some comments though. Before we get to building, let me get on the build screen though. We got Grumpy J here. Yes, more Ice Planet. Good to see you bright and early, Grumpy J. This is before the stream happened. SVM Studios says ice is nice. It is indeed. We'll be trying not to say the word COOL as well, as is tradition on the Ice Planet themed streams. But we've got Lance Brown is here bright and early as well. Good to see you, Lance. SVM Studios dropping all the emojis. If you're a member, you get all these, I almost said COOL, all these great Lego-themed emojis. Most of them are very channel-specific. So you got Johnny Thunder. We love Johnny Thunder and Adventures. You got Magisto. You got Castle-themed ones. You got a Tron disc. Crystals from Rock Raiders. Lots of great stuff. Even an Ice Planet guy at the end there, because we've been working on Ice Planet for... This is like the 12th stream, I believe. So we've been doing this for a number of weeks now. But Jennifer Knight says, no, I won't be able to make it to the stream. Sorry, Jennifer, you'll have to watch the replay later. But we will miss you. We're sorry you're not able to make it live. Please, someone tell Mark I said hi. Message received, Jennifer. Thanks for stopping by. And hopefully you left a like. If you're watching this video now, feel free to like the video. It helps a lot. Ryan is here. Good to see you, Ryan. Dropping the Ice Planet character emoji. SVM Studios says, a blizzard of fun is on the way. There you go. There's a winter-themed pun that I haven't heard before. I like that one. Rob Claxton is here and is the #1 top fan right now. So, Rob, good job on commenting the most. I guess it's like a little competition if you want to keep commenting and get that #1 crown next to your name. But Rob says, hey, everyone. I hope everyone's having a grumptastic day. Absolutely, Rob. And an epic build with a COOL-ness factor. I didn't actually say it, so it doesn't count. But if I do say the word COOL, I can drop a little orange stud from here onto this little plate here. Hopefully, I can go an entire stream without saying it. If I do say it, mention it in the comments, and I'll try and check myself. But, well, yeah, I haven't said it so far to my knowledge. Cross Airborne Customs is here. Good to see you, Cross. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, let's blaze through some more comments here. Mr. Just Break It is here. Good evening, all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and send prayers out to Julian. Yes, I saw Julian post an update on his Instagram. Hope he's doing better. It's not fun when you're not feeling well, not doing well. So, Julian, if you don't know who Julian is, look up Pink Bucket Nation, I believe is his YouTube handle. Or Julian. You know him or you know. Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Thanks for tuning in all the way from New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand? Is it like lunchtime? Grumpy J is back live. These comments are live now. So Grumpy J says, look at all these grumptastic people in the chat today. Absolutely, Grumpy J. Henry the Horse is here. Good to see you, Henry. Thanks for tuning in. Lego Fan B and Rob Claxton commenting live as well. Oh, it looks like SFAM Studios has retaken the lead as of the comments that are live or coming in live. James McGee is here. Good to see you, James. Good to see you. W Brick Brigade, that was a very cool thing to do. Yeah, these were given to me because I just showed up for a day at their little event they were having at their store, and it was a nice little trade of some of my time and chatting with a bunch of people, and they gave me a bunch of basically free reign of their Bricklink store up to a certain price threshold, which is pretty nice. And I just got a bunch of white tiles and a few other random bits and bobs for later projects, but mostly white tiles. So, and this refills my bin of stuff to work with, so it's great. Yeah. Andrew B is here. Good to see you, Andrew B. More Ice Planet. Excellent. Yes, Ice Planet is usually a good time. As long as I don't get on a roll of saying the word COOL, we'll be good. The main goal is to cover these 3 base plates of the landscapes that are not covered. We have 2 covered already, and the 3 that are custom insets for all the buildings behind me. I can actually show you guys real quick. These buildings all have just like terrain sloped up against the buildings themselves, and so they're nice and snug as a bug in a rug. But these guys just need plain old tiles with some exposed studs here and there for minifigures and other things you might want to put down on top of it, so it's not just completely smooth. That would be almost useless. But yeah, that's our goal for today. And we got a bunch of other little landscape chunks over here that need stuff too. Like these corners, like this. That just needs some tiles on there. So, pretty simple project we'll get started on very shortly. I'm just procrastinating right now. Rob Collection dropping all the emojis. James McGee, yep, cool thing to do. This is becoming a very... Oh no, did I say it? I read James's comment. Yeah, James got me, I think. I think James got me with it. That was a very COL thing to do. Let me know if I think I accidentally said it. I'm going to put one down preemptively, but Cross was trying to get me on that too. Very good try, Cross. Andrew Riley is here. Good to see you, Andrew. All the way from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure Andrew's from the UK. I feel like he's mentioned that a few times. Chris Dodson, good to see you, Chris. Hi, Mark. Are you and Steven going to the Brick Convention in Cobb County, Georgia this September? No, we do not work with Brick Convention. They have not invited us to any of their shows. And there aren't really ones that you can just apply to exhibit typically. They have like a select group of builders that they hire to bring to certain shows. So we're not part of that. Wouldn't be opposed to being part of that, but we've just never been approached by them. So yeah, but it should be a good time. There should be some great models to see and a lot of play areas if you have younger family members or friends you want to bring. So the weather outside is frightful, but the Lego is so delightful. It sure is. It sure is. Man, we're getting tons of comments. I'm not even going to be able to build. Yep, James got me. I counted it. We got it. Already blew our perfect streak within the first 10 minutes. Good grief. Anna's World of Bricks is here. Good to see you, Anna. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like, everyone. Appreciate you all so much. Florida Man Toys says, greetings from Central Florida. Saw Ice Planet pop up in my feed. Knew I had to stop in. For sure, Florida Man Toys. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to get started working on this Ice Planet terrain. Behind me, you can see more Ice Planet MOC that is mostly done. I think I still want to add a big... like a cell service tower right here, just right there, just big radar dish or something, but it's almost done. COOL says SFAM Studios with the crystals. It's nice and rainy right now. Yeah, it's kind of rainy here in Georgia too. Kai is here. Hi Mark, just watched your Belva video. It looks like a COOL set with some funky colors. Yeah, the Belva video is fun. I don't think it's gonna make a tremendous amount of views because not everyone is into Belleville. But I still had so much fun making it. I don't care if it doesn't make any. It's not going to be a record breaker as far as statistics. But Tyler the Creator. That's one way of putting it, Henry, for sure. Yeah, the Tyler the Creator. Alrighty, so we got mostly 2x4 tiles. So this could go pretty quickly, or we take our time with it and kind of spruce it up a little bit. We'll see. Things like this. Here we go. And we're going to need to track down more 1x1 tiles because I don't think I ordered those from Brick Brigade from their store. I think they had them. I just thought that I could track some more down in my arrogance. But yeah. Oops. 24. I wish it could rain here for about a week to COOL it off some. There we go. Oh, got me on the reread too? Did I do it twice? Good grief. Okay, we'll put it down. We'll put it down. Dadgummit, James. Usually it's Jennifer who gets me really bad, but James tonight is on a roll with bamboozling me. Good grief. Alright. Grumpy J says, Mark, I've been working on my interview voice for your live in Tampa as your co-anchor. Yes, Grumpy. I just need to officially confirm that with you by messaging, but yes. Saturday... live stream featuring the venerable Grumpy J will be a treat for many viewers, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to it, my friend. So, yeah, Tampa is coming up, not too far away. I was mistaken and thought it was the first weekend in August, like Brick Fair, Virginia, but it is not. It is not the first weekend in August. It is the second weekend in August, which is actually honestly better for my schedule because then I'm able to put more tiles down in Ice Planet. But yeah, that's coming up very soon, regardless. On a galactic scale, it's practically here already. So, but yeah, looking forward to that, Grumpy. This upcoming weekend, the first weekend of August, is Brick Fair, Virginia, though. I'm curious if any of the viewers are planning on attending, or if we're all a little bit far away from Virginia and no one in the chat right now is able to make it. But either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever made it to Brick Fair, Virginia? I've been there 3 times. Always had a good time. It's an interesting show. It is a fun show, but it's interesting. So. I'm working on a Lego scene for my next video. Nice, Anna. That's a good project to be working on a Friday. So. Is that new store like Bricklink, Mark? Brick Brigade? So that Brick Brigade has a Bricklink store on Bricklink. It's the one in Georgia. There are a couple versions of Brick Brigade depending on how you spell it, but it's the one in Georgia. They have a physical store that they've had for a while now. I think it's about a year, and it's about an hour south of where I live. So off of 75, which is one of the major highways, in a little town in the middle of nowhere. But it's a really nice, pretty little store. Had a great time while I was there. And just stopped by because I hadn't been there before on a day they happened to have an event going on. So they made a little event out of, not necessarily because I was there, but it just it made sense for me to stop by then and have a good time while I was there. So, but yeah, Brick Brigade, check them out. They have a Facebook page that my Facebook page likes, and I've shared several posts from them about that event a few weeks ago. So you can check it out there by going. There's a link to my Facebook page in the description, and then from that Facebook page, just scroll down a little bit. You should be able to find their page without any issues and be able to follow them there. They're mostly on Facebook, so which is kind of where you want to be if you're selling Lego. That's a good seller location for that sort of thing. So. Nathan says it would be COL if Lego would allow people to buy bulk pieces in a bit of a discount. Yeah, unfortunately, Nathan, you didn't get me with the COL, but even more unfortunately, Lego doesn't charge less for more. In fact, the more pieces that are in something, the more expensive they tend to make it. So it's unlike most other things, if you try to buy Lego in bulk, it becomes more expensive. It's counterintuitive to what you would think, but that's the case. And it's kind of sad because I'm sure a lot of us would like more affordable prices on Lego products in general. For sure. Andrew B says, what part is in the container for your COL counters? This is the orange stud. Let me bring it up to the build camera. So it's just transparent neon orange studs that we're using to just place on a plate to keep count. Pretty simple, but I just love that color a lot. It's a great color, and I ordered a little bag. I think it was like 200 of them, which is not expensive still on Bricklink. They're pretty cheap still. So I had them for Ice Planet, and I had some. I'm like, I'll keep them in this container and use them for this kind of counting system when I say the word COOL. But yeah, he was meaning you had to reread it and make sure you said it, and we weren't saying you said it twice. Oh, okay. I thought I was bamboozled twice by accident. We got 2 on the counter. That's just maybe the next time I say it, I won't put one down. I'm too lazy to pull it up now. And 2 weeks after Tampa is the Atlanta show, which I can't wait to go to that too. Yes, that will be fun. It'll be a lot smaller than the other Atlanta show in February, but it should be a fun time. So it'll be a fraction of the size of that one. So. Well, we're taking our time with these tiles, but we're making some progress. It feels weird to basically just tile off an entire surface, but if you think about the Arctic or Antarctica, it's typically just pretty smooth, flat, snowy surface inland, not on the coast, but in the interior. It's just ice and snow. It's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna work out. It's gonna look great. So. Some of it is landscaping. It looks good so far. Oh, thank you, Anna. Appreciate it. Yeah, the more detailed stuff has already been built. Like there's all sorts of, I almost said COL, all sorts of very interesting slopes and bricks happening already. And when they're all put together, it'll look really great. But until then, we're just doing the boring stuff today, unfortunately. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, the container. Oh, Andrew, I'm sorry. I misread your comment. The container, this transparent neon green container, is from Xpod, which is a kind of limited series and game. They actually had a board game to go along with it, but it's a Lego piece. It actually has studs on the bottom. I don't know if I can show you without dropping. Yeah, there's some studs right there, and yeah, it's a very unusual element, but it's fun. That's actually a cool. I said it. That's an official count now. I said COO. CO. That's a really fun piece. A 2x6 tile. This is boring to some people, but for somebody who still remembers when they introduced the 2x4 tile, the 2x6 one is kind of mind blowing. So let's put that right there. Just kind of smooth that side out a little bit. It's an X-Pod, Andrew. Yes, Okai knows exactly what we're talking about. So. What is your favorite Lego Marvel minifigure? Ooh, I think it's got to be a figure that I don't have any plans of acquiring anytime soon. Is the all black suit Spider-Man that was only in Comic-Con. It was a Comic-Con, all blacked out. It almost looks like Venom, but it's Spider-Man, and very, very awesome looking minifigure. It's thousands of dollars because it's so awesome, but I think you can get a custom printed one for probably $20 or $30 if you really want one. I might do that at some point because I'm not too worried about having to collect Comic-Con minifigures. So, but that's probably my favorite. There are a bunch of great other characters too. I also like the Kraven the Hunter figure. Spider-Man and Kraven the Hunter. There's a couple characters I like there, but there's some really nice Iron Man minifigures too. Some of the older ones, like the underwater one that's sand green with copper highlights. Very fun. Great Marvel minifigure collection. Andrew Riley, if it wasn't so dang expensive, the 327th BP or turbo tank. Yep, those are good. Those are good. The like on... leave a like on this COOL live stream. Will do, Rob. Will do. Thank you for the reminder. Appreciate you. Yeah, we've already blown the like count that I wanted to get. I wanted to be pretty clear, not the like count, the COL usage. We're past what I wanted to be at already, unfortunately. But you know how it is. Life isn't fair sometimes. The world is cruel and unusual, and things happen. You know, it's tragic, but such is life. Let's do that. That's a lot of smoothness, but it'll work. Trying not to use too many small tiles because I only have so many of those. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Definitely gonna wait on a discount later on. Yep. The new turbo tank, the big one, is expensive and small. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I don't really need to dwell on it too long, but yeah, that's an unfortunate price point for a set that could probably have been $80 to $100. Yeah, especially licensed. Certain licensed sets. Some licensed sets are not terribly expensive. Some of them are ridiculous. Star Wars is pretty bad these days. Some Marvel ones are bad. Jurassic World seems to be okay. Like, some of those ones are fine, but yeah, it's selective. It's weird how that is, but yeah. There we go. Well, we've just kind of worked our way from that corner, doing pretty good. Have some nice little steps going here and there. Room for placing minifigures down or adding ice crystals, that sort of thing. Let's put these down here. Actually, a 1x6 tile would work great right there. There we go. Awesome. I like that. Let's get a 2x2 right there. Boom. Very nice. I'm not going to be able to make it this year to Brick Fair Chantilly. Yeah, understood, Rob. That's a little far from where we are in Georgia. Yeah, I got that comment already. Thanks, looks like a great place. Yes. Oh, the piece. Yes, Andrew, that's a great piece. X-Pods are pretty neat. They are unusual, but I like the unusual Lego stuff, as many of you know. So, worth getting. Some of them are pretty cheap. I think the first wave is particularly affordable, but some of the more kind of later ones can be, like the ones with the translucent green, of course, are going to be a little more expensive, unfortunately. Ooh, there's a tile with a stud on the top. We'll set that aside for later. Don't need that one. You could use it in a Blacktron MOC? Yes, we could. This transparent neon green dish piece or container, it could certainly be used in a Blacktron MOC. Or, yeah, Blacktron, Mtron, anything with transparent neon green. That would work. Yeah, I think my next sci-fi themed MOC is going to be Spyrius themed because for some reason the poll was 100% Spyrius options, and obviously they got 100% of the votes. So a very democratic process, but I'm sure some people will complain. It's yeah, it is how it is. I couldn't stop them, unfortunately. I was powerless, basically. I tried my best, guys. Same here about the second Atlanta show. I'm actually building while watching the stream. There you go, Rob. What kind of MOC are you planning on bringing to the second Atlanta show? I'm curious. Are you adding to your botanical garden, or are you working on something new that I haven't heard of? COOL and unusual. Indeed, Teaver, indeed. But Star Wars is my main theme, so I'm going to need to save more money in the future. That's thankfully you've got a lot of time ahead of you, Cross. But yes, you're going to have to save some money to spend some money on Lego. That's how it is sometimes. It's tragic. We should petition someone to make Lego more affordable. There's got to be somewhere I can sign. Oh well, it'll be fine. Let's get a 1x2 tile right there. Yeah, so we're not quite halfway done with the first one. We're about 20 minutes into the stream, not doing too bad. Yeah, what we're doing here is covering the majority of the terrain with tiles, but we want to have basically what looks like footprints going through and spots to attach stuff, because if you just have, I don't have a minifigure here with me, do I? If you just have smooth tiles, it would not work for being able to apply anything securely to it, so that's what we're going to do. Andrew Riley says, the Jurassic Park Nerdy set was well priced and pretty COOL. Hope to expand it into a landscape soon. Yeah, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sets don't seem to be too bad on pricing, depending on the size and scale of the dinosaurs. Like the big Brachiosaurus or the, what's the new one called? Those big long neck dinosaurs can be a little bit more pricey sets because they just have a gigantic, extremely expensive piece to manufacture. But overall, not too bad. I feel like they're somehow more affordably priced than other themes can sometimes be. So. Let's see. Where do we start next? I think I'm just going to do one of these. There you go. And one like that. And that. And that. That and some more 2x4s. The tile supply is holding up pretty well so far. Not too much of a dent put in it. We should be able to, I think we can cover these three no problem. We'll see. If we run out, then I won't necessarily have enough time to get an order to my doorstep. Well, maybe if I got more expensive shipping, I guess I don't want to do that. So yeah, we'll see to what extent I'm able to fill out the rest for the next few conventions. We'll see. The Spyrius coup must be stopped. I think it's too late, Tiver. I think they've won the poll already. I think the results are in. Good evening. Super COOL builds going on here. Yes, BDD builds. Definitely a very chilly evening here in the studio. As we try to avoid saying the word COL. Good grief. Everyone's getting in on the action tonight. I've already totally inadvertently bamboozled myself. James essentially helped that along. But it was I should have known better. I was just reading a comment and it is what it is. Never even seen Spyro, so look forward to seeing it. Andrew, it's a really fun theme. It's kind of spy-based. And, yeah, it was... I think it came out when I was born, 94, if I'm not mistaken. So it is pretty old. Not as old as some themes, but it's... like, same time frame as Unitron, a little bit after Ice Planet, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, they're often seen as the bad guys. And I think I'm going to lean into that a little bit, but they're not going to be like... they're not as bad as Blacktron, for example. But they're a great faction. Great classic space faction. Anselm is here. Sauropods. Yes, thank you, Anselm. That is the word I'm looking for. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. SFAM Studios has another intriguing question. What is your favorite Lego Disney minifigure? Lego Disney minifigure. There's some good ones. It might even be Syndrome, because that was a Disney CMF that came out a couple years ago now. But I have a copy of Syndrome. I love The Incredibles, and they even made a few small sets for them too. They made a couple minifigures, and so yeah, those are Incredibles is one of my favorite Disney Pixar movies, so that's high up on the list for sure. But other than that, also was thinking Disney. I love the Peter Pan and Captain Hook CMF minifigures they made, and there's several Stitch minifigures now too. So fun options for sure. Henry the Horse says 94. Yes, confirming 94. Wish I lived on Ice Planet right now. The heat index is almost 100 degrees in Maryland. 100 degrees in Maryland sounds pretty hot, BD Builds. That's oof. Big oof. Yeah, it's been, the heat index has been up to 115 a couple times the past few weeks here in Georgia, but I don't think it's actually broken over 100 that often. It's been mid-90s a few times, but not actually there. It's hot, though. Summer's like that, so. Tim says, I hate the cold. Oh, well, Tim, I hope you live in a warm enough climate in New Zealand. I don't know exactly what the weather's like there, but hopefully it's not too cold for you. It's usually not that cold in Georgia until winter comes around. Then it can get a little chilly. Not bad. Not as bad as Maryland. But, we get some ice and snow every couple years. Not too bad. Despite the undemocratic coup, I really do like Spyrius. Oh, that's good, Teaver. Yeah. Spyrius, I think, just needs a few more MOCs for it. That and Unitron, Futuron, all those classic space themes that are a little bit, like, I would say just underutilized. I just don't see them often enough to make me happy. Lorem Ipsum, a few people who comment here have been doing good work on that front, of course, but I would love to throw my hat in the ring and help out when I can. So. Let's do this one. So I think in the United States, the Fantastic Four movie is coming out now. I saw a lot of people in the theater today when I was on my second watch of Superman. I may or may not go to see Fantastic Four. Everyone says it's good. I'm curious to hear if anyone here has... it would be odd if you had already watched it today. But is anyone planning on watching it? Are you expecting to like it? What are you guys thinking? I know the set is pretty nice. I think it's a little expensive, of course. But I think the minifigures look pretty great. So good for Lego to have good Marvel movies happening, in my opinion. The green alien from Toy Story. Yep, that's a good one. That is a classic one. The little green alien? Or the one with the little antennae and bug wings? Because that is a really good minifigure. Those are, that one's in the dump truck, I believe. My friend Dom was doing a short about that minifigure and that set not too long ago, because I was there when he bought it in Charlotte. So, great set. I hate the heat, and I live in Florida. Well, Grumpy, if you hate the heat, you're kind of in the wrong state. you should move to Alaska. That'll keep you cool. That'll keep you cooled off. I said it. Dadgummit, I said it. All right. Grumpy J got me to say it. He didn't even write in the comment. I just accidentally... We're talking about heat. We're in winter right now in New Zealand. Had some mean frost and icy weather. That can happen sometimes, Tim. Yeah. Frosty weather in New Zealand. Good grief. Woo, I got him. Grumpy J, dadgummit. I was doing pretty well. I can't get out of my rut of saying COL that sometimes. With you, Grumpy, it's about 110 Fahrenheit where I am today. Oh, Andrew, that's hot. That is not fun. I saw that earlier today. I think it's the best Marvel movie to come out in a long time. Anselm, that's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I will probably have to check it out at some point. At the very least, I can see it on Disney Plus in a couple months. But yeah, I'll probably see if I can check it out in the theater. Maybe at some point, if I have time. I'm going to be busy here the next few weeks, as I've made clear a couple times on streams like this. So we'll see if I can get to that. Maybe it's something I do when I'm out on one of the evenings after a LEGO convention. Just tire myself out even more. Both are COL, but I meant the little ones. Yeah, I gotcha. The little Toy Story aliens with the 3 eyes. They're great. Those are fun. Very iconic. Are they from Toy Story? They're from Toy Story 2, I think, right? No, Toy Story 1, because they're driving the truck. That's right. I think. Maybe it's 2. I need to watch the Toy Story movies again, apparently. The update on that, Mark. James Gunn has now asked Henry Cavill to star in the next movie. Funny how it works with the movie industry. Yeah, I could see Henry Cavill coming back for a different role than Superman. He's a talented actor, and he's a really buff guy, so he looks kind of like the superhero or supervillain type. So that would be fun. I'd love to see him do something else in DC at some point. I thought he was a good Superman too, but I'm not necessarily a Snyder ride or die type of character, but that was a couple good movies there. That one's kind of yellow. We'll save that one out. There you go. A 1x4 would be heavenly right now. How's that one look? Also kind of yellow. We gonna let it happen? No. I almost said sure, but no. That's too yellow as well. Need to wash that or something. Winter is my favorite season, and snow is my favorite type of weather, but I'm just weird. No, BDD builds, I think there are some people who agree with you, especially when summer rolls around and they're just kind of tired of the heat. My brother is one of those types. I think the older I get, the more I like 75 degrees and sunny, but, you know, it can't be perfect all the time, so. The Orc Forge is now 2 10x10 base plates and expanding to another 10x10 plate as we speak / watch the stream. Nice, Grumpy! Looking forward to more Orc content. I'm hoping to make some more castle builds here. After this show, I'll be purging a number of MOCs and any extras that are superfluous. And that way I can hopefully get some good pieces and minifigures and stuff to work on more builds. One thing that is going to finally get taken apart is the Wolfpack Castle, because I thought it was a very fun build, really good build, but it takes a lot of pieces and it's very hard to move. So it takes up a lot of space. So I'll probably take it apart and build a more compact, movable castle to bring to shows. And that should be a good change of pace. And a new castle build will be a lot of fun to make too. Well, let's work here. There we go. Good. Nice. There's a few too many 1x2 spaces in here. I like the 1x1 spaces, not the 1x2s. Those are a little too much. Might need to get some 1x1 tiles and such at some point. Are you doing a stream, Mark, at the Tampa show? That is the plan, Tim. Should be not this weekend, but the next weekend. Second weekend in August. And it'll be sometime Saturday afternoon Eastern time. So probably about somewhere between 2 and 4. Don't know exactly when because my schedule is not necessarily my own. I'm kind of working at these conventions. But yeah, we'll figure it out. It should be a great time. Anselm says, winter is coming, are words of comfort to me. For medieval peasants, maybe not, but for modern people who like the fresh air and a little break from the heat, yeah, that's actually, does sound nice sometimes. I think I'm almost to the point where I'm ready for summer to be moving on, but not quite. I could still sit in the sun one or two more times, I think. Unfortunately. I think it'll be a little while before we start feeling cooler weather. Ah! I bamboozled myself. No comments needed. Golly dang. At least I caught myself. At least I just didn't even notice sometimes. The new Superman movie is apparently a flop. I mean, that's one way of looking at it, Tim. I enjoyed it quite a bit when I saw it. It made a decent amount of money. Maybe over, like, it was 160, 170 million. Made enough money. So I don't know if I wouldn't call it a flop in my opinion, but it depends. That book is probably dead. R.I.P. Which book? Did I miss something, Peter? Is there a book? Oh. Henry's like giving me the smiley face for accidentally bamboozling myself. I deserve it. It's fine. I can laugh at myself. Pixel is here. I built a classic-inspired Star Wars speeder bike, and I just need to get the right parts for it on Bricklink, such as the skis, brown signs, and forks. Interesting, Pixel. Kind of an Endor-style speeder bike. Those are pretty nice. I could see that being a fun build project for sure. Let's do that. And let's get these two. I feel like we're going to run out of 1x2 tiles quicker than other tile measurements. We'll see. There we go. First chunk done. Looks great. That'll very nicely fill the gaps between landscapes, as we can show off here. So we need to put a few more tiles on this little bit, but you get the idea once it's all together. So there you go. Pretty cool. Let's move along, shall we? We'll set this aside. We got some tiles left. We'll put a little dent in it. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, we might run out of the smaller tiles before we run out of the bigger tiles at this point. Just because we're trying to keep that fine texture in there. The same weekend our show is here in Hamilton, New Zealand is at the weekend of 9-10 of August. I believe that's correct, Tim. So you might be busy when that stream happens. At the very least... oh, Winds in Winter. Yes, Peter, of course. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so to continue answering your question, Tim. Yeah, you might be at a convention when I'm at a convention and therefore miss the stream live, but you can always watch the replay. I always keep that button ticked so you can watch it later. We just gotta keep him talking about weather. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, Peter. That'll do it. I called you Peter because I'm reading Peter. Teaver. That'll do it, Teaver. I'm tired, you can tell. It's been a weekend. I already think it's Sunday. Gatorade Zero. Zero COOL. Henry says, nice. I built the original 99 set from one of my old parts. 99 set one from my old parts a couple weeks ago. Yeah, those older Star Wars sets are pretty fun. They have a really nostalgic charm to them, for sure. Well, starting on the next chunk here. Did I say it again? I said it again, didn't I? Did I count it? I think I counted it. I think we're good. Are we all caught up? Did I miss one? Let me know in the comments if I missed one. And don't just lie to me. Do you ever use any chemicals or concoctions to clean up sun-damaged white? The easiest way is to use hydrogen peroxide, Andrew. You get a little dish, honestly, about this size. Put a little hydrogen peroxide in it. Plastic container's best. Then you put the pieces in, burnt side facing the sun. I would leave them on like a windowsill or just outside for not too long, 30 minutes to an hour. See how it looks, and wash it off. And it usually, that hydrogen peroxide in combination with the ultraviolet light from the sun will usually clean up pretty well. You don't have to do too much work, just kind of make sure it's submerged. And that is the trick. So usually does a pretty good job. So, oh my goodness, lots of comments happening. Hold on one second. Yes, and then Peter says, yes, the Winds of Winter. Yeah, I don't know if George R.R. Martin will ever finish his iconic book series. We'll see. I think he's made all the money he needs to, and now he can just retire. So he's like, why should I finish the books if I'm already got paid for him. The TV show made him some money, I'm sure. Superman did well domestically, but not internationally. Yes, that sounds right. Okay, for sure. I think that Superman probably is still fairly popular in the United States, but in other countries, maybe not so much. I think he's kind of a American-style superhero. I guess that's the way of putting it. So, but yeah. It's based on the 1999 speeder bike build, just with some modifications, such as a post box piece in the back for storage. That'll work, Pixel. There you go. Well, that sounds like a fun custom MOC then. You might have to send that to my email for the next Mark's MOC review. Did I say it again? Did it count? He said it. Yeah. Do you ever use 2x3 high slopes in your winter landscapes? Yes, sometimes. Depends on the situation. Most of the landscaping so far that I've used in Ice Planet has been pretty flat, but some of the more abrupt areas can be a little bit steeper. Depends on the use. And we're also doing a gradient, so the slopes can't be too tall, but yeah, every now and then for sure. 13 Bats, their membership updated to a whole month. Congratulations, 13 Bats. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm planning on waiting a while for the price to get decent on the Republic Juggernaut from Walmart or Target, then making it into a UTAT. Oh, interesting, Cross. That sounds like a great mock project. Yeah, we are starting to work on the next chunk. I'm really taking my time with this one. Building slowly. We might get these 3 done. Well, we got a couple hours. We got till 9:15 Eastern or so before we call it a night. Wish they had made the Sandcrawler in original brown. Did they not, Henry? Is the first one, the first UCS Sandcrawler, not original brown? Is it reddish brown too? Now I need to know. Because there's one that looks really blocky. It's the first version of the Sandcrawler, and I thought that one had some original brown in it, but maybe I was wrong. Grumpy J sent 5 Mark of Oath gift memberships. Thank you, Grumpy J. Appreciate you. That's awesome. Game of Thrones writers also kicked the stool out from under him, made up their own conclusion. Yeah, it got really messy really fast, unfortunately for him. But yeah, maybe one day. We can always imagine what happened. It's not quite the same, I'm sure, but yeah. At least some of the seasons are good. Maybe not the ending, but yeah. Let's see. We'll do that. Yeah. There we go. Johnny is here. Yeah, I made it. I had to go pick up my Chinese food. There you go, Johnny. Get those calories. You made it. Yeah, we're here for at least another hour or so. No, you didn't say it, System. Good to know. Good to know. It's reddish. It's reddish brown. Interesting, Henry. I would have said that was old brown. But yeah. That must have been right when they switched over, because that was still a relatively blocky build. It wasn't using plates in the first one, if I'm not mistaken. So. Caleb says, Mark, please say COL for the one time. Alright, for you, Caleb, that sounds pretty cool. There we go. Up to number 5. And that's it. That's all that we're going to say for the rest of the night. I'm not going to accidentally say it anymore. From 2005, just after the change. Yep, Henry, yep. That clocks out. It checks out. Womp womp. Yeah, an old brown one would have been impervious to breaking, unlike, modern or semi-modern reddish brown. Or if they made a brand new one, those pieces would be a lot less prone to breaking, but we're not sure. Not 100% sure. We're assuming that they're better. Maybe they're not. Hamrog is here. Good to see you, Hamrog. Hope you're doing well. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm bad at pronouncing names, if you haven't noticed. That is not my strong suit. And that's okay. I'd rather be better at building Lego than pronouncing names sometimes. There you go. Yeah, we were just trying to fill this out in the most deliberate and organic way possible. We'll see. See how we do. It's kind of acting a little wonky. There you go. Yes, sir! Caleb got one just because he asked nicely. That's why he got that extra COL usage there. Great, thank you. I have some old school white horses need sorted. I'll test with some same age bricks first. Yeah, it usually does a pretty good job. Just regular hydrogen peroxide used for cleaning or medicinal purposes should be fine. So, try it out. Let me know. But yeah, plastic container does the trick. There's a couple pieces I've collected so far, like these tiles here, that I need to put through. Because these are in good condition otherwise, but they're just a little bit yellowed. And it would be nice if they were more clean looking, because in this context, having yellow snow wouldn't make so much sense. I think the Ice Planet crew would prefer to use the bathroom inside the base and properly waste dispose that. What is your favorite current Lego theme? Good question, SFAM Studios. For me, it's Castle. Closely followed by Classic Space. I like other themes like Adventurers and Pirates as well. I also like, you got the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park sets are fun. Marvel sets are fun. Star Wars sets are fun. I don't collect them as much. I prefer the older stuff like Castle. But there's some great themes out there. A lot of things to enjoy. As long as they keep the prices relatively reasonable. Some sets are a good deal still. I was thinking about buying more original brown to build my MOC version with original dark gray and tan. Interesting. But might use them for bull knights. Interesting. Yeah, there's a couple ways you can go with that for sure. Tim says, I've been watching the Lucifer TV series and I'm all ready for the Lego show here in a couple weeks. Nice. Yeah, lots of good TV to check out these days. On Netflix, I saw the movie K-Pop Demon Hunters. It was very entertaining. It's not my normal type of movie, but it was fun. There's always something crazy to watch. I've just started watching the last season of Squid Games as well. That is intense and absolutely not for kids. So, but it's morbid curiosity gets the better of me. I still was watching some of it, and I was enjoying it. As terrible as it is sometimes. Johnny says, nice. Came home with food and a package from eBay. Alpha Team Bomb Squad. Gonna put it together after I eat. Johnny, that sounds like a great evening. Have you been collecting the Alpha Team sets? I think you were talking about getting Ogle's base not too long ago. That's pretty awesome. The original Alpha Team stuff is just the bomb. It's great. It's rad. It's good stuff. Nice. Love the little droid TV with legs. Yeah, TV, the robot, is great. He was just a box with legs and an antenna, but he was just a classic, Can't mess that up. Let's do that. There we go. We made some progress here. Not bad. Noble Bricks. Good to see you, Noble Bricks. Is that a new profile picture, Noble Bricks? I like it. The Spider-Man. Or Miles Morales, I should say. But Spider-Man. It's still Spider-Man, right? I think he is. He still calls himself Spider-Man. Let's see here. That works. Get some more smaller white tiles, put them down. I think I'm going to put that there. Here we go. Castle is the best, says Peter. That's my opinion too, Peter, but it's pretty close, honestly. I love Classic Space almost as much as Castle, and other themes like Adventurers. You got Aqua Zone, all those themes are great too, so many good ones. K-pop Demon Hunters is great. Oh yeah, it was a fun movie. It was funny. It was well animated. The music's fun. Very dramatic. The bad guys are a little bit scary. I almost said COL. They're great. Very iconic looking. So it's fun. Good movie. Recommended. Let's see. That'll go there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm now a little concerned about running out of small tiles, but we're good for now. But I feel like once we get done with this, we'll be lacking small tiles for the next one. We'll see. See how much longer we can last. Put that there. Nope. Yep. There we go. Try that. Would you make a K-pop Demon Hunters MOC? It would be hard to do because I don't have the right minifigure pieces to make the characters that well. You'd probably want to try it with Friends mini dolls. And I don't have some of the specific outfits that they would use in the various scenes in the show. So probably not really, but I'm sure people have already made some minifigures at least from them. So from that show. Hopefully Lego, I could see Lego picking that up because that's something that I think their type of audience, slightly younger audiences, would really enjoy. So I could see that being Lego one day. Yeah, Alpha Team sets. Johnny and Henry reminiscing over those. So let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to complete the whole line. Just need a few more. Most from the Deep Freeze mission. So when I was a kid, Johnny, speaking of Deep Freeze, that's one set theme that I got every single set from as a kid was the Mission Deep Freeze Alpha Team sets. So they're very near and dear to my heart. And they're very COOL for sure. So. Deep Freeze has the weirdest parts and colors. Yeah, it's all sand blue and dark red and other colors that are unusual and sought after. Some of them are printed. It's a crazy selection of elements for sure. Very weird, very unusual, but I like it. That one tile is pretty beat up on the end, but we'll let it slide, I think. Nobrick says, yes, it is a new profile picture. I thought so, Nobricks. Looks good. K-pop Demon Hunters, what a name. Yeah, it's fun though, Andrew. I think it should be available in the UK on Netflix as well. I think it's a Netflix-owned movie, so worth checking out. It was fun. Also, we need an Invincible MOC, Mark, now that I know you watch the show. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Invincible, too. Can't recommend it for all ages, of course. It's very mature audiences, but that was also a fun superhero show. Well, fun, dramatic, intense, enjoyable show. So, yeah, eventually I do want to do that, but I have to be careful exactly which scenes I show and stuff, because I want to make sure all of my videos are good for all ages, so little kids can watch them and not ask, who's this Omni-Man and why is everybody colored red? Yeah. Stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll make it work. That'd be pretty fun. It would be very COOL of you to make an Invincible build. Yeah, it would. It certainly would. Did I say it? I don't think I said it. I think I was smart enough to avoid it that time. Nice try, Noble Bricks. Nice try. That Lego Kid is here. Good to see you, that Lego Kid. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well down under. I was just talking to Tim, and he says you guys are having some frosty weather in that part of the world, so I hope it's not too chilly. Send some of that fresh weather our way. We're pretty hot here in the United States, so. I don't know why I like talking about weather on live streams. I guess it's because people are in international, different countries, far away, and I want to hear about what's happening over there, so. Why are there 1x1 studs still showing from the plate underneath? So Cross, it's an important decision, but let me grab something and I'll show you why here. All right. So with this Ice Planet MOC, there's going to be areas of the scene where I want something put in. So for example, we have our little Ice Planet characters here. That's actually me as an Ice Planet character. And I might want him walking around exploring Ice Planet. Now, he can snap down and it looks like his little footprints are in the snow. So he's walking around, and he'll stay in there very securely and won't fall off. If this was smooth, he wouldn't stay up very long at all. So trying to put him on just a smooth surface wouldn't work so well. The other thing is, I want to be able to put crystals or landscape chunks places, and instead of just having them slide around, you can grab a 1x1 plate, for example. I'm not gonna, well, actually, I'll put it right here. You can put a 1x1 plate down, and suddenly that crystal isn't going anywhere either. So it works. And if you think about it, yes, the snow would probably be all smooth if no one was on this planet, but Ice Planet explorers have been here and they've walked around and left little footprints everywhere. So I think there's multiple reasons why the studs being a few little studs exposed would be very helpful in the MOC. So that way it's not just smooth either. There's some variety to it. So, oh dear, I broke a stud on that one. Let's see if I can get another one off here. Come on. There you go. Those transparent colors can be really, really firm. You get more 1x1 gap using the larger tiles by arranging them in at pinwheels as you lay them down. Ooh, Anselm, you might be right. You might be right. I'm just kind of doing it very random right now, but you may be on something. Put some pinwheels here. Hamrog says, my bank will be taking a hit pre-ordered Arkham Asylum today. That one looks pretty fun, Hamrog. That's a good-looking set. Another Arkham Asylum, but it's still, yeah, I'm sure that's a set people want to see. Let's try the pinwheel technique that Anselm was saying here. Let's try this here. That seems to work. Let's try this. Definitely getting some results. Come here. Snap down. There we go. Sometimes you have to manhandle the tiles. There you go. Yep, that seems to be working. Kind of getting that that little shimmy happening. Lucas says, hey, I am finally 13. My birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Lucas. Congratulations on making it to 13. You could use a jumper. Yep, jumper could work. That would work. That would leave a lot of smooth surface for sure. I don't know if I have that many jumpers, though. I've been saving those out for buildings and stuff to attach to, so. Happy birthday for yesterday, Lucas, says James. Absolutely. How have you been, Mark? I've been pretty good, Lucas. A little tired. Had some busy weeks the past few weeks, but we're still here. We're still getting some good building done. So, getting as many tiles put down as possible tonight for this Ice Planet creation that we're hoping to bring to a convention in just a few weeks. So, trying to stay busy. Got lots of things to get done. Let's do that right there. There we go. Let's do that one there. That'll work. Put that down. Yeah, that'll work. Close enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. COOL oversized mills. What I missed? Not too much, Charge. Good to see you, Charge. Hope you're doing well. We are just basically tiling over some landscapes right now so that when we build stuff with them, here, let's get this one. It looks nice and smooth and organic all the way across. Like that. So yeah, we got this one done already in this stream so far. Pretty simple. Just leaving a few exposed studs for footprints, attachments, minifigure placement. And yeah, we want to get, I would love to get these 3 chunks done because then all the main landscape chunks would have tiles on them. But we'll see what we can get to. We might not finish it all tonight, depending on how slowly I'm going. But I think the point is not to rush through this, but rather to have a good time and chat with people. So we're just enjoying the time. So That Lego Kid says, it's an older show on Stan, and it's like a medieval comedy. Oh, what did I go? Mark, have you ever seen the show The Blackadder? I sure have, that Lego Kid. It's a very funny show. I've watched most of it. I don't think I've seen all of it. One of my favorite ones is the Blackadder version where they go to World War One era and have fun there. Because that was a hilarious group of people. Comedy for sure. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about, that Lego Kid, though. Huge fan of, what's his name? Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. Great time. I'm surprised you watched that Lego Kid. That seems like an older show. Like, if you're a little bit younger, you might not necessarily know about that, but that's great. So. Rumor has it Arkham was originally going to be the Daily Planet set, which is referenced on a sticker in the asylum, but that just makes me sad. I would have loved to see a Daily Planet. That'd be pretty fun. But Arkham Asylum, I'm sure, will sell well, too. But Daily Planet would have been, I think, more original, because I don't think we've gotten any Daily Planet sets, right? Blackadder the Third is excellent. Yeah, if that's the one where they're in World War One, then it's hilarious. That's my favorite one, but they're all funny. So, James McGee says, hopefully the weather will be more COOL at the convention. Hopefully so, James, but we're going to Florida, so the odds of it being less hot there are very slim, unfortunately. We'll try our best, but we might be doomed. We might be out of luck there. Let's see. Oh, actually, now I think I know what Ansem was talking about. We used the smaller ones. Let's try that here. Kind of. Don't want to do it too repetitive here. There you go. Yeah. Try and fill the gaps that way. I don't want to put any of my own hairs in there. There we go. Ugh. Is that snapped down? Not quite. There we go. Alright. See where the comments are. I love Blackadder's explanation of the cause for World War I. Yeah, it's really, it simplifies it a lot, doesn't it? So, Arkham Asylum was a real letdown. I wish the figs weren't in jumpsuits. Interesting. I haven't looked closely at the figs yet, Lucas. That's unfortunate. All Blackadder is good classic UK TV. Yeah, it's all British BBC stuff, right? Yeah, I think it's BBC. Yeah, Andrew should know more about that than the rest of us. So. Hayden says, hi y'all, that landscape is looking smooth. Yes, it is, Hayden. Good to see you, Hayden. Hope you're doing well. For those of you who have just arrived, feel free to leave a like. Helps the stream a lot. Even though this is kind of a simple, straightforward, just killing some time on a Friday night, putting some white tiles down on a big snowy landscape. Nothing too fancy, but appreciate you all tuning in and chatting with us. It's been a good time. So. Don't spoil, please. Wait, you haven't seen it yet, the Lego Kid? I'm just going to say it's funny. It's always good. I have a cunning plan. I think that's one of their favorite lines. I haven't watched past the 4th episode yet. Oh my goodness! Well, I don't remember all the specifics that Lego Kid, so you're good. I'm just saying in general, it was very enjoyable. I'll try not to spoil it for you. So. The Johnny English films, Charge, those are great. I think the first one's probably the most funny to me. It's a little bit more sacrilegious in its humor in that one, but the second and third one are also good too. So, the second one was pretty funny. I remember that one being good too. My mom was watching it, and I love medieval stuff, so it's cool. Yeah, it is medieval. The first few Blackadder seasons are all set in medieval times. And they get pretty medieval. They got a bunch of armor, and they're doing battles and stuff, so it's funny. Good times. Good times. Yeah, that's. I'm glad there are other people in the chat today that also enjoy those things, those Blackadder and Rowan Atkinson shows and movies, so... Insert evil laugh. Let's just hope that the AC units are working at Tampa. Oh yeah, I hope they work this year, right? Gosh, I remember that. That was crazy grumpy. Charge says, coming from a Floridian is either going to be the sweltering hot and humid or pouring rain. Charge, you can have a little optimism, right? I gotta have a glimmer of hope. Oh my goodness. It'll be fine. Hopefully the AC is working this year. At least in Florida, you might have a COO breeze. Yep, there you go. Almost got me, Teaver. You're trying to get me talking about the weather. It's not gonna work. Oh, gee willikers. As a Batman fan, I was pretty underwhelmed with the Arkham set. Okay, a couple people not so high on the Arkham set. Feels like modulars are shrinking in scale. That's true, Hayden. I believe you're onto something there. I think a lot of Lego sets are shrinking in scale, unfortunately. Modulars are, you know, just the next in a line. I think Star Wars is suffering the most from set shrinkage at this point. Because if you look at the size comparison to older sets, it's like insane how much they've shrunk in just the past few years. So. And I think people don't want necessarily tiny Star Wars vehicles. They want a little bit of size to them. They want them scale accurate, right? The history is correct. The dialogue is brilliant. Of course, Andrew. Comic-Con is currently happening. Have you ever been? I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con Okai. I've heard it's amazing. Lots of amazing and fun things to see. I keep trying to say COL. Lots of great things to see there, but I've never personally been. Maybe one day. A lot of my friends go and post pictures of all the Lego stuff to see, so I'm usually fine. My bases are covered, but yeah, it's a great time, I'm sure. Let's put that down. Do I have a 1x6 tile? 1x6 tile? 1x1. Yay! There's a 1x6 tile. There we go. Sweet. Let's put that down. And we have a corner tile. Corner tile. Corner. No, we don't have a corner tile. We'll just do this one instead. There we go. All right. Let me read some comments. They're piling up here. Blackadder the Third, Queen Elizabeth the First. World War One is Blackadder Goes Forth. Blackadder Goes Forth. That's one that I remember watching all the way through. Really loving that one. So, what Arkham set? There's a new Arkham set out, Lego Kid. Worth checking out. Probably on Lego.com at this point, right? So. Pixel says, after I finish my speeder bike mock, I plan on doing a Tatooine droid sale mock, as I have the 2001 droid escape set in the same lot as the replacement speeder parts and the tan baseplate. Very nice. Yes, I've seen the Johnny English movies. They're good. And Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean's a classic, for sure. Of course. Pause. Buildings explode. Me too, Grumpy J. It just depends on which one. There's Brick Jedi. Good to see you, Brick Jedi. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Monty Python, The Holy Grail is my favorite medieval comedy. That's a classic, dude. If you haven't seen that one, you should watch it at some point. It's on Netflix a lot, and like Amazon Prime. It rotates around. You should be able to check it out at some point if you haven't seen it. Henry says, I just bookmarked that set yesterday, but I just want the escape pod. I got R2 and C3. Okay, so you just need the physical build, Henry. That should be possible to find. The other Henry's here. I fell asleep to the Blackadder DVD box set music, menu music on loop for hours. Probably wasn't good for the subconscious. Fell asleep to the Blackadder menu music? That's wild, Henry. Stop Motion Mania is here. Good to see you, Stop Motion Mania. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Let's see. Anyone ever heard of The Good Life? I feel like I've heard of that at some point, Andrew, but I'm not. It's not coming up at this moment. I am a little tired and less sharp than I usually am, but I feel like I vaguely remember that at some point. So let's do this. A couple more of these and that and this. There you go. Well, we're doing all right on tiles, less all right on time. Resources, okay. Time to build, not as great as I would have liked, but I mean, I'm not gonna whine about it too much. I don't think. There you go. We'll survive. Here we go. That'll do it. Let's see. Charge says, "What is the airspeed velocity of a swallow with a coconut hanging from its feet?" What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Holy Grail is a lot more accurate than many. Accurate as far as medieval stuff? Maybe. I mean, some of the outfits look relatively medieval, but the rest of it's mostly, I don't know. It feels kind of fantasy to me. So. African or European? Oh my gosh! Yeah, there's some great great lines in that movie for sure. Some classics. Anselm says, Princess Bride? Oh, yes. Don't get me started on Princess Bride. That's such a great movie. If you like medieval comedy, it's up there with Holy Grail and some of those other classic movies for sure. That is, I need to watch that again. It has been probably a couple of years since I saw that last, and that's a tragedy in itself, so you do watch that at some point again. Well, we are nearing completion on plate number 3. Plate number 2, we have one more, the third one to go if we do have time. We'll see. I was thinking I would potentially finish everything tonight. I was extremely optimistic and delusional in my ability to accomplish everything that was set in front of me. Yeah, so not quite doing that today, but we'll keep working at it. You never know. You never know. Let's do that. And do one of these right there. And maybe one more right there. Yep, that looks pretty good. This one has more footprints than the last one, I think. It's a little more densely stepped in, so we'll put this one by the base. And that should make sense. Number 2 done. Number 3 in front of us now. Pretty good. And we still got, 30, 40 minutes, probably. Yeah, not too bad. Did you see the Princess Bride remake on YouTube from COVID times? Yes, Andrew, I believe I've seen that. I think I saw it. It might have been like transformed into a short video, if I'm not mistaken, like a long format short video. But yeah, I remember seeing at least parts of that back in the day. That was pretty funny. Princess Bride is my family's favorite movie, but as I get older, I came to realize Wesley and Buttercup's relationship was kind of awful. Yeah. It was definitely unhealthy, but I think that was, they weren't trying to show a like really good relationship. They were trying to make it a stupid, funny, silly situation. So I wouldn't read into it too much. I think most of the relationships in that movie were a little different. So. Ice Planet is COO. That's basically me, James. Basically me. That has already happened a couple times tonight. Oh. Don't. There you go. I'm heading to the LEGO store in August to get the new sets coming out, and I also plan on making a custom torso for my Pepsi Man minifigure, as right now I'm using a classic Spaceman torso. If you're making a Pepsi Man minifigure, that's awesome. That is fun. I know what you're talking about. I don't think I've actually played the game, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the new sets coming out. I need to pick up one of those new creator castles with all the great castle factions contained within. Need to check that out. Need to go get one of those at least one. I don't think I need a giant army of all those factions, but just some. A little sampling, right? Let's do that. Let's do that too. Since we're talking about old shows and movies, you ever watch Spaceballs? There's a Spaceball 2 in the works. Not sure how I feel about that. Spaceballs is great. That's it's like the Star Wars version of Princess Bride in a way. It's a super enjoyable movie. I'm glad to have watched it a couple times. Spaceballs 2. It could be good, or it could be dumb. We'll see. I am also not sure if that's going to be particularly good, Johnny, but well, you could be optimistic. I mean, it might be funny. It might be a little bit like, I don't think they can really make movies like that anymore, because the humor, the way humor and comedy are done nowadays are different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't quite be so just like silly and raucous and insensitive, I think, anymore. It's a different climate. So we'll see. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's amazing, and we're all like, this is the best idea ever. But there's a part of me that is like you, Johnny, that I'm like, maybe this isn't such a good idea. We'll find out. Tad Long is here. Good to see you, Tad Long. Love to see him return as Bizarro. I think that'd be hilarious. That would be pretty funny. That'd be good. Do you peroxide your pieces? Yes, sometimes. I haven't done it in a long time because I haven't had a need to, but now I'm finding like white tiles and white slopes that I'm like, I wish I could just put this in a MOC, but it's all toasty. So yes, I will be getting some peroxide. We were talking about that earlier. So hopefully at some point I can set aside some time and get that accomplished. We'll make it happen. Let's see here. I'll put that there. That'll work. Couple tiles down. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. I saw Spaceballs. Yep, exactly. Spaceballs is a good one. So, Noble Bricks, Mark, for your Invincible build, you could make the Nolan house. That actually would be a good build, Noble Bricks. That would be fun because it's relatively achievable. It's not giant. Normal color palette, so actually doable. Giving me ideas, Noble Bricks. And that way, it's like, if you know, you know, but if you haven't seen the show, it's not going to necessarily offend the eyes either. So yeah, that'd be good. We'll make it happen, maybe. Anselm says, do you feel like the Horse Knights would be allies or enemies of the Lion Knights and Black Falcons? Given that they look like the good guys, just a little bit, they look kind of like they would be the righteous, honorable faction. I think they'd fit in pretty well with the Lions, theoretically. But they have a lot of blue in them, so maybe they're somehow connected to the Falcons, too. So, totally possible either way, and I think the open-endedness of it is what makes it very fun, because that's how a lot of the original Lion Knights and Falcon Knights were supposed to be. It was kind of like, yeah, technically maybe the Falcons could have been a little bit less goody two-shoes than the Lion Knights, but that's really up to your personal imagination and interpretation. So, yeah, either way. I think I would lean more towards the Horse Stallion Knights being more associated with the good guys and therefore the Lion Knights. But, yeah, depends. I'm excited that they exist. I agree 100%. It'll come out on a Saturday and be canceled by Sunday. If they do the same type of humor as they did back then, yes. A lot of old classic movies really couldn't be greenlit today. And, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Again, trying to be optimistic here, but, you know, let's be real. Yeah. Hopefully they don't hold back, though. It'd be almost like a South Park episode, but make it make it a Star Wars parody too. There we go. Get some tiles done here. How much more time we got? We got plenty of time. We're doing good. Mark, do you ever pick a brick wall stuff? Is it too far away? It's not close by. My nearest pick a brick walls are both an hour away on the north side of Atlanta. I'm on the south side of Atlanta. And for that reason, I do not go up there regularly. I wish it was a lot closer, but that's kind of how it is. That being said, when I do occasionally get to a Lego store, I definitely get stuff off of the pick a brick wall if there's things I need. And most of the time, there's at least a few pieces that I can use, and I get a little box of them, and it works out great. That's one of the best ways to get pieces, if they have the right ones on the wall. It's kind of a random and luck-based, whether or not those pieces that you need are there, but when they are there, it's great. And when they're there, and when you're there, and when you get them, it's great. If all the stars align, it's fantastic. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, though. Lorem Ipsum says, what? You said COO 5 times? Yes. One time was willingly, because someone asked very nicely. But the other times were completely my fault. I bamboozled myself a couple times. One was Grumpy, one was James, and then the rest were just me. So yeah, pretty bad, Lorem Ipsum, but good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Be a lot COOL if he said it again. I'm gonna try not to, Hamrog. Good try, but trying not to. The point is to say it as little as possible, not as many times as possible. You guys are missing the point. It's a goal. It's an accomplishment. Let's try something unusual here and just put one long one right there. See how that works. Can you guys even see what I'm working on? It looks kind of all one color here. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit of texture. This is the best system I've found for lighting for me, but whether the build looks good in this lighting is kind of a question. I would drive that hour any day, but I have to fly or take a ferry to another country. Henry, I'm so sorry. That is unfortunate. Yeah. I'm amazed at your size of your collection, given that it might be hard to find Lego. Maybe classic Lego is easier to find, but yeah, no Lego stores in your country. That's rough. Yeah, we have a couple Lego stores in Georgia. They're just the other side of town, essentially, so not too bad. Yeah. Flounder collects. Mark, are you excited for Bionicle Day? So, Flounder, you're going to have to educate me on that because I'm not super familiar with that. I think you're the guy who would know about that, but yeah, you're going to have to let me know. I'm all on board. Just let me know when, because I don't know that. I bet you there is a Bionicle Day, though. Mark, have you ever considered making a Discord server? A couple of people have mentioned that, James. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't want to have to be on it. I'm not that active on Discord. I know a lot of people are, but I'm not. So I want to make sure it's not. It's moderated and such. If it's officially run by me, so yeah, we'll see. We'll eventually probably, but right now, maybe not immediately. Maybe after I get some conventions done and have more free time. Never, but yeah. Yeah, I'd like to make that happen at some point because more than one person has asked, and therefore maybe it's worth doing. So, Henry says yes. I keep finding cheap vintage lots and sets on local auction sites. That's the way to do it, Henry. That's what I need to do. I need to keep an eye out on Facebook Marketplace and whatever. It's August 10th, national holiday. I didn't realize it was a national holiday, Flounder. That's great. I will be at Tampa on that day, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Speaking of Pick-a-Brick, did you know that the Bricks Assist app, user-driven inventories of Pick-a-Bricks all over the world? I didn't know about that, Andrew. I've heard about it, but I didn't know the exact name. What is it called? Brick Assist app. I'm going to have to look that up then, because that would be very useful to know what's in stock to make that hour trip worth it. Or, in Henry's case, the ferry ride to a different country. That would be very useful, right? We're making some good headway. I bet you we can actually get all three of these done tonight and not have to do too many more tiles down the road if we are diligent. If I'm diligent. Why am I saying we? If I'm diligent and I pay attention, we can get some tiles down. But if not, it is what it is. That sounds great, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew is helping inform me and the other Andrew in the chat of that app. So Flounder Collects says, I just saw you on Lego Masters. That keyboard was hard to spot. Yes, Flounder, I literally didn't see the keyboard until after the timer was over. I saw it shortly after, though. They actually did a whole thing where they said, Mark, now that it's been a minute or two since the timer ended, do you see the final build? I'm like, yes, it's over there. So, but yeah, great builds from everybody, but a lot of the builds were either gigantic like the bed or right up in the front. The only one that was even attempted to hide it was the keyboard over to the right. So the placement made it a lot harder to spot. That being said, I think it did deserve to win. It was a fantastic build. So yeah, fun to get back on the set of Lego Masters for a day. It was very nostalgic, very fun. That was filmed 2 years ago. And I feel bad for the contestants who had to wait that long to talk about it. For me and Steven, a little cameo, it's not a big deal for us to wait a little while. But everybody else I feel bad for. So, crazy. Do you like Lego DC or Lego Marvel better? Ooh, Lego DC or Lego Marvel? great question. They're both good. Lego Batman's really good. Lego Marvel's really good too. I think I would lean just a tiny bit more towards DC because of Lego Batman. But they're both great. And I like both of them. I have some of both of them. Not a lot. I need to collect more. But they're both great. And I hope they keep making both. And I hope they both get cheaper. Because they're both a little expensive in some cases. But yeah, hopefully it'll get better one of these days. So. Always optimistic. Charge says, this new live chat XP system is pretty cool, not gonna lie. It's pretty fun. When it first rolled out, Malistaire and Grumpy J had a field day battling it out to see it was crazy. You can go back a couple weeks and see that go down. But yeah, I think it's fun. It hopefully would encourage people to keep chatting. SFAM Studios is #1 right now. Grumpy's right behind him. So it's fun. Ditto, that episode was pretty fun. Yeah, Season 5 of LEGO Masters has been very enjoyable. I've very much enjoyed it. All the contestants seem to be really nice people, really good builders, and yeah, it's been good. So, coming down to the finale, right? That's coming up next week? It's soon. I'm excited to see what happens. There's some good teams. Hopefully they give them a full 24 hours to build, and they can pretty much do what they want to do. We'll see. And hopefully all the teams finish their builds, because the last few seasons they've gotten... I wouldn't say the finale builds were the best builds from the whole season from those teams. Let's just put it that way. So. DC for me, but attempted to paint Batman versus Predator on my bedroom wall many moons ago and have to stand by it. Hey, that sounds fun, Andrew. That's a good combo of themes there. Anything with either aliens or Predator mixed in it is fun. It makes it less family friendly, but it's fun. So. Let's do that. And this. There we go. I like that. That looks good. Let's do that. And this. Nice. Looking good. I'm excited for the new Fantastic Four. It seems pretty fantastic, if I do say so myself. Everyone says it's a really enjoyable movie, Noble Bricks, and I think even Anselm, who's been commenting, said that they enjoyed it a lot, and it's one of the best Marvel movies to come out in a while. So, all very good news. I don't know if I'm going to go see it in theaters. I've already been to the theater a couple times the past few weeks, and I'm going to get really busy here coming up soon. But I'd like to, assuming I have an extra $10 in my pocket to go. We'll see. I'll let you guys know if I do go, though. Feel like Lego Marvel has better sets and DC has better figures. Good call, Ansem. Valid point. Me and my dad might see it on Monday. That would be fun, Noble Bricks. I think if you go and watch it, you'll have a good time. Because everyone that I've talked to and all my YouTube movie review people that I follow all said it was good. So, everybody saying it is good means it's probably good. Almost universally praised is a good sign for Marvel movies. Got him. Did I say it again? Charge? Hold on. Scrolling up. Oh, you did! Yeah. Charge got me. Dag nabbit, Charge. You guys and your sneaky COL usage. Good grief. Separate that stud. Ugh. We're just going to make it a nice little row right there. Dag nabbit. Charge. All right. Okai says, there is no Lego DC, only Batman. Oh, yeah. That's actually true, Okai. Yeah, I think if they did more Superman stuff, I'd be more into it. But, yeah. Avengers Tower was a fun build. I enjoy placing the minifigs a lot. Avengers Tower was a sick set, for sure. That was a fabulous set. The Daily Bugle, great set. I think Marvel might actually have it on the sets department, even if I like some of the concepts presented DC just a little more. So that's not necessarily a super fair comparison right now, because I think DC in general has less going on the Lego front right now. I mean, there was a whole year where only one DC set came out. That was pretty shocking, actually. I remember when that happened. Was it 2023, a couple years ago? That was wild. Henry says, I disabled the XP. Gets annoying to see it. Yes, I think you can turn it off if you're not worried about it. I don't think I can turn it off, but I think if you don't want to see it in the chat, you can turn it off. I'll be there from 10 to 5-ish. Oh, they're talking about meeting up at a store down in Florida. Pirate Johnson says, water, fire, air, dirt planets, 2200, M-tron, magnets, how do they work? Just kidding. You ever considered a lava planet, though? Ooh, lava. I would love to build some more Lego lava and magma at some point. Pirate Johnson, that'd be a lot of fun. Ahoy, by the way. Yes, ahoy, Pirate Johnson. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, more sci-fi in general is going to be happening soon. Spyrius is next, and Spyrius is kind of... I see them being based on a large asteroid with lots of impact craters all around. Kind of like their... where'd it go? Kind of like this bad boy right here, which is actually from the Spyrius set. And this is what the texture and color scheme I'm going to be going for. So just like rocky asteroid, lots of little craters, and it should be a fun time. So that's what I'm going to go for Spyrius soon. Not lava, but sci-fi. I'll get that. Yeah. There we go. So that, because Spyrius, due to some, crazy circumstances, got 100% of the vote in the last poll, and it's going to be happening hopefully in the next couple weeks between conventions as I'm able to get it done. So that should be fun. Go down. There we go. Grumpy J says, R.I.P. reddish brown plate, you snapped with such force. Grumpy J, you gotta be gentle with your pieces. Otherwise they'll break. You gotta speak softly. You can't just be yelling at your pieces and then expect them to snap down nicely for you. There we go. Did he get me again? Did I say it one more time, Andrew? Or is that from a previous comment? Someone could correct me if I said it again. Why pay to nap in the theater? I can nap at home for free. Lorem ipsum. Some people like to watch movies in the theater. I like to watch movies in the theater. But yes, some movies can be a little bit tedious sometimes. Raised base plates are the best. I agree, Henry. Raised base plates are awesome. No, you're good. Okay, good. Yeah, I think Andrew was probably referring to Charge getting me just a little bit earlier, and I didn't say it again after that, so I'm not that out of it. Grumble, 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 grumble. Alright. It's looking pretty good. A few too many 1x2 spaces still. But we'll work on it. Let me fill in just a few of the gaps here. Doink. And doink. And doink. It's a little better. You could basically run out of tiles trying to fill all the gaps, though. So we probably won't do all of them. Okai says, can't wait for that Spyrius build. The one Space Factory had the most sets as a kid. There you go, Okai. So that was your theme growing up. That's fun. Maybe they make use of large radio telescope arrays built within the asteroid disguised as craters. Oh, Anselm, I like that concept. So the sonar radar dish is a disguised crater. I like that. That's pretty fun. Hayden says, I voted for Spyrius. It was a tough decision. There were so many options, but Spyrius, they just got 100% of the vote somehow. Senko is great. Love building that, and it fits with modulars well. Interesting. Okay. Once I hit my mid-30s, the seats are so cozy in the theater, I can't stay awake. It is also dark, so if you're kind of immune to the sound and the one bright light in front of you, yeah, I could see that happening. I'm usually able to stay awake for a movie still, but I might be on that horizon soon, Lorem Ipsum. I agree, Lorem. I went to one of those theaters with the recliner couch type seats. Best nap ever. They are very comfortable. A lot of theaters are making the seats more comfortable. They're updating them with these big leather reclining seats. They're like a lazy boy quality. So yeah, they're good. I get it. I just find it amusing that everyone's like, oh yeah, I just go to the theater to take a nap. That's what I do. Ollie Jess says, any chance for you to build a pirate ship or any ship in general for a 12-hour, 24 challenge? Totally possible, Ollie. That would be a very fun challenge. It would definitely damage a lot of reddish-brown pieces if I were to do so. Almost any ship I would do would have to use some of that. But I think it'd be worth it. That'd be a fun build. It would have to be on the longer side, so probably a 24-hour build challenge. Ships can take a while to find all the specific pieces. Landscapes go pretty quick. Ships would take me longer based on how I have my parts sorted and how I build. But it's on the horizon. Gotta have a blue coat versus red coat part 2 at some point, right? That would be a fun way to do it. So. Working on a pirate ship right now while listening to the stream. It's probably the most complicated thing I've ever built. Lots of Technic. Technic in a pirate ship? Wow. That sounds pretty intense there, Ollie. But good luck. Hope it goes pretty well. Let's do that. Yeah, we're, as I predicted, getting low on smaller plates, but we will keep fighting the good fight until it can be fought no more. Might just have to have it a little bit less footprints in this one. We'll see what we can do. It was a close one, but Spyrus was the obvious choice. Of course, James, indeed. Spyrus should have place to hide, like on asteroids, and popping out of crates in other themes' bases. Surprise! Yeah, I see Spyrus doing that for sure. They can also turn invisible at will with some of their like lore and gear that they have. So they need more antenna, telescopes, and scanners like other themes to look more like spies. Yeah, more listening equipment, more surveillance technology. I agree, Pirate Johnson. We'll be taking note of that for when the build happens. Yeah, it's gonna look kind of like I'm thinking like a Bond villain base, but make it classic space with all the radar scanners. I'm gonna have some pop-up weapon, maybe like a missile launching system, like a SAM, surface-to-air missile system. We'll see. Fun stuff like that for sure. Let's do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do that. There we go. We're getting down to the wire here. Doing okay on time. Less okay on pieces. How the turntables. Spyrus was the only choice. Well, of course, Cross. They hacked the stream, hacked the post. I couldn't do anything about it. Their technology is far beyond mine. Just saw the upgrades to your DJ booth. It looks amazing. Yeah, Grumpy doing good work there. I already made you part 2 for the red versus blue mock, Mark. Grumpy did do that. You're right. My follow-up will probably... I want to see the Redcoats put up a fight too. I don't want to see it just be a complete disaster for them. So it'll be a good battle. Next one that I do. Here's an idea for a Spyrus build. Incognito. Match a color scheme of another faction. Interesting, Laura. That is was not on my plans at all. But now I feel like they need like a vehicle that can either change color or something like that. A vehicle that is already of a livery from a different faction. Yeah, maybe figure that out. That's interesting. Wait till you see it now. I put more lights and few brick-built people as audience. Nice. Yeah, Grumpy J, I'm guessing Grumpy J's DJ booth will be at BrickFan Expo in Tampa in just a few weeks. So keep an eye out for that. It'll definitely be on the live stream. We might even start the live stream by Grumpy's stuff. We'll see. I usually start it by my stuff. We could start it by Grumpy's stuff depending on where he's located. Yeah, it'll be a good time. No one expects a Spire inspection. They're like the Spanish Inquisition. No one ever expects them. No, that's great. That'll be fun. Let's do... let's see. Let's put that there, and that there, and that there, and that there, and that there. Yes. That'll work. Regarding the pirate ship, I'm using a different technique than usual LEGO ships. Basically, plates and tiles placed at an angle for the hull. The technique is for keeping it all together inside. Wow, that sounds pretty elaborate, Ollie. That sounds great. So, 4D Sonic with my daughter wasn't comfortable. Oh dear. 4D? That sounds terrible, Andrew. Yeah, that sounds uncomfortable. Didn't realize Bionicle Day was during the Tampa convention. I guess I'm already ready for it. There you go, Charge. Good to go. You could totally do a ship battle between red and blue coats. That would be awesome. I think that's going to have to happen eventually, Ollie. Got to get some castle done first. People have been asking a lot about that the past few weeks, but we'll make it happen eventually. Virus is really easy to build for. Just get a base plate and say they're all in the hidden base. Just a gray base plate. It's like it is invisible. That's the build. That might have to be a pun at the beginning of the video. That's funny. Has LEGO fixed the brittle brown issue? Do we even know? Theoretically, Hayden, yes, but I don't trust them. We'll see. It might be fixed. Maybe we're good to go. Maybe in a few years, all of our pieces that were supposedly good have broke again, so we'll see. We'll find out, I suppose. Just a few more tiles needed. Then we can be pretty good to go. Let's see, one more 1x2 will do the trick right there. Good. Nice. Let's see here. Let's do that. No. Let's do that. And then that. And then that. And then this. Oh, it's got smudges on it. Hold on. There we go. Sticker residue. There we go. That's the third one. Nice. We got them all done. All the ones that was like the bare minimum. Just what I was expecting to do in the first hour. But we're good. We've still got, yeah, I'd say about 10, 20 minutes. 20 minutes or so? Yeah, about 20 minutes. So yeah, we'll keep going as long as we have tiles. When we run out of tiles, the stream will end. But until then, keep going a little bit. We got all these covered. All done, ready to go for the build in the convention. So push those aside. Clean up just a hair. And get down one of these. Let's do this one. This will take a minute. There you go. I'm in the middle across from the GBC and the left of Greater Florida Lug. Yes. Check it out, Grumpy. We'll be there. Sounds like a good idea, Lorem Ipsum. To show cloaking, a few small vehicles, mostly in transparent color, would be COOL. If enough trans piece exists to accomplish that, I could probably get it done, Pirate Johnson. It depends on what direction I want to go to show that kind of stealth. We'll see. It would be fun to do that. So, two of their chief weapons are Fear and Surprise and giant robots. Yes, I need to make a mech, even a medium-sized, like a fully autonomous robot that they could fit inside of if they want to. There's several things that have to happen. There has to be a sleek-looking ship, maybe with some sort of stealth, maybe a color swap ability, and then you need a mech. You need the big base. Thankfully, I've got some. I own every Spyria set. So it's just a matter of getting some large blue windscreens and some extra pieces to put here and there. Color scheme's easy enough to do. It's red, black and blue, depending on... Yeah, there's some blue in there, right? A little bit. Highlights of blue. Mostly red and black, but it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be great. Let's see. This might be one where I basically just try to fill in the gaps here. And we're going to separate that right off the bat. Here we go. Yes, they fixed Charge in replying to Hayden says, yes, they fixed the formula, but I don't remember when. Technically, it was as early as 2018 they were trying to fix the brittle brown issue, but I think it was probably post 2020, 2022 when things started actually being much better. To my knowledge, new sets that I've bought with reddish brown seem to be a lot less prone to breaking so far. But I remember owning the original reddish brown, and those guys didn't have any problem for the first few years either. So I'm an old skeptic. Give me a break. But yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully the problem has been pretty much resolved at this point. We'll see. Here we go. Three of Spyro's chief weapons. I read that comment already. It's something as it would be to still be an illegal building technique to grind brittle brown to dust to represent dirt, sand, and MOC. You probably wouldn't have to grind them. You could just kind of play with them a little bit and eventually just have a pile of tiny little plastic bits. That would be a very unconventional thing, though. Boosted Brick says, you should incorporate black light with the space MOC. The transparent Lego colors look pretty COOL with those. They sure do, Boosted Bricks. Spyrius definitely has some transparent neon green. Maybe not quite as much as like UFO or Ice Planet. Ice Planet has transparent neon orange. So yeah, might have to throw a black light on there and see how it looks. Definitely want to have some on Ice Planet for a little bit and see obviously the profound effects that it would have on the big space behind me. That I think you can see it right there. Yeah. So all that trans neon orange glows like the sun when you put a black light on it. So very fun. What faction are you going to tackle on your next castle MOC? Love your Wolfpack Castle. Probably one of my favorite videos of all the challenge. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, that's definitely been my most popular video so far. It's probably going to be either just regular Lion Knights or regular Black Falcon Knights, possibly in celebration of their potentially soon retirement. We'll see. But yeah, probably just one of the more generic ones. I'm thinking of a gate, big gateway, pretty like reasonable 24-hour size, with some big siege weapons like a big battering ram, maybe just show some action. We'll see. Or maybe it's just a nice gate. I just feel like building a big castle city gate and having a working, portcullis, maybe a drawbridge, maybe just doors. We'll figure it out. So, SPM Studios says that chunk of landscape is such a COOL shape. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a weird one because you got that line right there, but it's necessary to meet the corners of both pieces. Let me show you how it works. This is an inset corner, and you do one like this and one like this, and then it meets both sides, and you can keep going. So yeah, it makes it so you can make kind of like a X pattern with these. So, but yeah, let me keep adding some tiles while we're here. We still got a few more minutes, another 15 at least. What's the size of the Finnish ice planet? It's pretty large, Andrew. It covers an 8-foot table. So, I'm trying to convert that for metric system, but it's big. So, over 2 meters long and about a meter deep. So, yeah, pretty big table size. So, it should be very impressive when it's done. I still don't have the verticality that I was looking for. I wanted some mountains or spikes or something in the background. Maybe I'll have time to do that at some point. But for now, just focusing on getting the landscape done to satisfaction. And then work on bonus things at some other point later. So just getting the basics done at this point. So nothing too crazy. Yeah, slowly chipping away at it. It's already been at least 12 different weeks, probably more because I've taken a few breaks here and there. Probably 13 or 14 weeks that I've been working on Ice Planet. So it's been a while. It's I'm almost ready for a little break. We'll see. But switching to Castle and Spyrius for a while should probably help with that. But yeah, we'll work on it. Let's do this here. That looks nice. Let's do that. And this. And this. There we go. I'm almost out of frame for you guys. There you go. Better. Some transparent hinged round windscreens over the Spyrius minifigs make for a nice force field style of cloaking bubble. Trans light blue is a common color and a good part that covers the entire minifig. That would work, Barrett Johnson. Some interesting ideas there. Broken up brittle brown as sand or dirt would be totally legal. Doesn't put stress in the elements. Already broken. Yeah, exactly, Ollie. We're just recycling because I'm gonna have to use that at some point because I got a big bin of broken pieces up there I can pull from. We only really need to cover one side to accomplish the cloaking bubble look. That's right. Yeah, just kind of have the facade. That'd be fun. Why does the crest of your wall say cliffhanger? Good question, James. I can show you in more detail here. So, above the crest, you have the Lego Masters. So, LM, Lego Masters, and it was for the cliffhanger challenge of my season, season 2, episode 11. This sign was in the background at the beginning, and it's an actual prop from the show. And we did not win that challenge. We actually got bottom 2 in that challenge because there was only 4 teams left. But that is a prop from our season of Lego Masters. It's really a fun, awesome castle background. So it works great for the background of my room, the main centerpiece. So pretty fun. Yeah. Space Police 3 had a ship with a neat cloaking feature where it looked like a cargo ship, then flipped upside down to reveal the Space Police 3 colors would be COOL to see a Spyro ship like that. That would be fun, Okai. That would be pretty fun. Might have to... I think there's a stealthy ship or a ship that can transform. Something like that would be pretty fun. Make sure my camera's not too far up there. All right. We still got... We still had... Here. Still have a few towels here. There you go. We'll try. I think we can get this last chunk done before we start running out. We'll see. Yeah, we got some more surface area to cover. Might have to order more towels at some point. We'll find out. Boosted Brick says, I probably missed the early discussion, but it was COL to see you as the surprise judge on Lego Masters. Oh, thanks, Boosted Bricks. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier for sure. That was a lot of fun. It was great to revisit the set for a day and see some of the builds and help the judging. I'm just glad I could find some of the builds and didn't miss most of them. I was proud of my ability to pick out most of them. The keyboard was pretty tucked away on the right. Everything else was pretty easy to see. So, Matt X says, how hard is it to find neon trans orange and is it expensive? It's not too bad in some of the more common shapes, Matt. Like your 1x1 studs, for example. These should be, a couple cents. Not too expensive yet. But some of the pieces that they only produce for a small time or a limited amount of time can be expensive. For example, the big dome piece here, these quarter dome pieces, they're pretty expensive because I think they only came in one set, if I remember correctly, and it's Ice Planet, so popular classic space theme, so it's going to be more expensive. But a lot of them are going to be cheaper. So it depends on which ones you're looking for. Some will be cheap, some will be expensive. Like the 2x2 sized dish, the radar dish piece in trans neon orange, still very common, still very affordable. So some of those classic space pieces are still cheap, but Bricklink's probably the best way to get them. But good question. Unfortunately, long term, one day they will probably be more expensive, but I think it should be a little while before that happens, hopefully. Shouldn't have to worry about that immediately. Theoretically. Bricklinkers are quick to raise prices on people, though, so. It's very capitalistic over there. There might be a way to stockpile on transient orange by getting some old Next to Night sets, but I'm not sure that would be a dignified way to do so. See, Charge at least is willing to admit that it's not a good idea. SFAM Studios says, bye, Mark. Thanks for the blizzard of fun. Anytime, SFAM Studios. Thank you, guys. Still the #1 on top fan, so congratulations for all those great comments and emoji uses. So, then you won Season 2, correct? That is correct, Cross. You can see, if you look at the view again. Let's see if I can turn it the right way. There's a big yellow trophy. That's a big spoiler for Season 2. But yes, me and my brother won Season 2. That was a number of years ago. That was 2021 when that came out. So that was a couple years back now, but still a lot of fun. And you can still watch it anytime on Hulu because they have all the seasons on Hulu. So worth checking out if you haven't seen it. Some good builds. So. Teaver says, that's a really COO hat behind you too. Oh yeah, Teaver, let me talk about this hat for you here real quick. I'm gonna strangle Mr. Gray. He's heavy. Oh. Let me go back to chatting. We're just gonna chat for the last 5 minutes of the stream here. So this, I don't know if you guys watched the mask challenge from season 5, but this guy might look familiar if you saw that challenge. Also, season 2, the hat challenge, which is when everyone had to build these big, goofy-looking hats. It looked like it was buffering for a second, so hopefully it's not messed up. But yeah, hopefully you guys can still see me. But yeah, so this is a prop from LEGO Masters, and on this prop from LEGO Masters is a hat. Yeah, it looks like it was buffering for a minute, guys, so hopefully it's fixed for you guys. Apologies for any buffering issues. So I've got low signal strength for sure. Don't know what happened, but hopefully it still works for you guys. But that hat is from Teaver, and he made it, and it looks awesome. And it says AFOL, which stands for Adult Fan of Lego. So really fun, very cool. Get in touch with Teaver on Instagram, same username as his YouTube handle there, and you can buy a bunch of great hats. We have a bunch of hats from Teaver. I don't wear hats all the time. I usually just let my hair be all free. But when I do wear hats, I wear Teaver's hats. So putting that back. We'll deal with that later. Yeah, the stream is streamily. It's I got low signal strength here, so hopefully you guys can still see. Yeah, let me know if definitely buffering on my end. So. The landscape looks mint. I really enjoyed watching the build. Oh, appreciate it, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, it's working so far. We'll see. Hopefully it will do well. It looks like we're back on signal strength, so hopefully it comes back again smooth. Hopefully it didn't lose too many frames, didn't buffer too long for you guys. Wow, that piece is big too. Yeah, there's some big props behind me. They're way back there, but they're big, so pretty fun. So I'm very grateful to have a number of larger elements from LEGO Masters. So. Hate to see it, but I enjoyed it when it came out when I was a wee lad. There you go. Back in the day, just a few years ago. I may have to take apart my Next Night sets. I need those trans orange pieces. Oh, for your forge, Grumpy J? That's just tragic. Oh no. Oh no. You have to take apart your Next Night sets? Oh, that's the worst news I've ever heard. No, that is unfortunate. You can always rebuild them though. So. Well, let me know in the chat if the if it's still buffering, if you're still there, if you can still hear me. I haven't seen a comment in a few minutes, so hopefully it's working. But Lucas is here. Good to see you, Lucas. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, what's up? How long have we been going? For quite a while now, Lucas. Almost 2 hours. We'll be wrapping up in just a few minutes. I think my camera is too high. There you go. I'll try that. That's a little better. Only 5 minutes left. Dang. Did I miss something COOL today in the stream? What happened? We were just putting down white tiles, like the thumbnail shows. Very simple stuff today. We had a good time, though. Got a lot of progress done. This is landscape piece number 4, so quite a bit. So, did pretty good. Johnny says, just finished my set right on time. There you go, Johnny. That's the way to do it. Good timing. Yeah, if you... that worked out pretty well for your schedule there. It's good. Let's see if I can put just a few more white tiles down. There we go. Let's do that and do this one. Nice. That might do the trick for that one. Just a few footprints here and there. I might actually put another, if we have them. No? There's a few more. There you go. Fill in just a few of these gaps. There you go. A little bit more smooth. That'll work. And that will go very nicely with these 3 chunks over here. And we're pretty much out of white tiles again after only 4 sizable chunks of landscape here. But most importantly, we didn't go crazy on our use of the word COOL. I was pretty good. Didn't say it too many times. One time purely intentionally, but mostly myself bamboozling myself. A few of you guys got me though. Grumpy J got me, James got me, a few other people got me. Good job, guys. You tried your best. Love the use of the different shades of blue to show the depth of the ice. Very COOL. Very COOL indeed. Indeed, James. Very chilly. Very frozen. Charge says, at least I put almost all the trans orange and trans neon orange chains to good use. I'll send them in a mock review submission post-convention. Looking forward to that, Charge. Yes. Anyone who's got any mocks they're working on or have finished, send them in. Next Knights must have summoned me. Must have been that, Lucas. I know you. I think you are a fan of Next Knights, if I'm not mistaken. It looks fine now. Buffered a couple times, but it's good now. Good to know, Johnny. Thank you. It only blipped out for a second. Not too bad. So, buffering occasionally. Good to know we're not completely off of the radar. We haven't completely shut down. Sometimes my internet does go down completely. So, the stream makes me wonder if I'm watching. Is it cake? All that frosting? Yeah, all the white on top, and the tan actually looks kind of like a vanilla flavored like birthday cake, right? So, good comparison there, Teaver. Well, thank you all so much for joining me as I put a bunch of tiles down in the Ice Planet landscape. Eventually, hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll be seeing some pictures roll out of the vehicles, the base, the completed landscape, all for everyone's enjoyment on Instagram, the post section, all that jazz. Keep an eye out for videos covering the entire build process. It should be a great time. We're going to wrap it up here, but yeah, we'll have at least a few more streams before we go to the convention in Tampa, and then keep an eye out for that big live stream. I think it'll be on the 9th of August, this Saturday, if not mistaken. So keep an eye out for that. Me and Grumpy will be walking around for at least an hour, maybe 2, and have a great time. Let's read the last few comments. Indeed a Next Night fan, probably the one person who will be excited for next night's 12-hour build. It's going to happen one day, Lucas. Then Ollie says, is it okay to send work in progress to the mock view? Please do, Ollie. I would love to see that Technic frame for the pirate ship, for example. Yeah, that'd be great. Yep, stay grumpy, everyone. Joining the Next Night 12-hour challenge bag went. It's going to happen one day, Charge. It's going to happen one day. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to like on your way out. We're going to call it a night, but appreciate you all so much. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.